Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today I'm joined with a fellow carnivore. He goes by the name of Shaun, and he's on social media. And today I'm wanting to talk to him about his story, how he got into the carnivore diet, and and how life has changed, basically. So I just want to say welcome, Shaun. Thank you for coming on board.
No problems. My pleasure. Thank you for having me on.
No worries. Well, let's get straight into it. Sean, how did you find the carnivore diet and what led you up to the point of saying, I'm going to commit to this lifestyle?
Sure. So I was watching some Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson mention the carnivore diet, which I dismissed it entirely. My health at that time was pretty bad with pretty bad or very bad arthritis, um, quite debilitating anxiety, depression, some constipation, and high blood pressure, some things going on medically with my nerves, and just general pain. So I sort of put it to one side, but something did come to me with the idea that the arthritis is caused by inflammation, and the inflammation is caused by sugar.
Mm,
It was just like a message from God in the back of my head, walking through a doorway one time, and so I mean, I immediately went and looked up anti-inflammatory type diets, and from that point onwards, I decided to do something about it because I'd attended an event, a car event was my passion, my hobby at the time, and I just didn't enjoy myself because I was in too much pain the whole time, and that's not a way to live your life. Um, I have previously not liked drugs, tablets. Maybe it's part of my childhood where there's drugs. I'm not sure about antidepressants, but definitely painkillers and heart medication and these sort of
mm,
things. Um, so I was taking a cholesterol tablet earlier, and I thought this idea with diet made a bit of sense. I was doing some research by just talking to the phone because the phone's been blurry for many years, and just talking to the phone, just looking up anti-inflammatory diets, and I came across keto.
mhm.
Decided that was a pretty good idea. Give keto a go, and that was June 11th, 2023. So it's 550 something or other days ago now,
Mm,
and my life absolutely changed as a result. The the anxiety and depression basically melted away within 2 to 3 weeks, along with the sugar addiction withdrawals, and I felt a lot better. Pain's still there, and the biggest complication for myself was definitely my hip, my right hip,
mm.
which made it difficult to walk across the road with my guide dog. Um, so I guess rolling back 2006, 18 years ago, I was diagnosed with a visual problem, a disease called retinitis pigmentosa. It doesn't have
Mm,
any cure or treatment, and
okay.
I found my eyesight started to get better within, say, a month after
Wow.
doing this keto diet. And at the same time, I sort of transitioned myself into carnivore, not really having done much research, but it was a
Mm.
thing, and I didn't know any of the influences. Um, and my vision just kept improving uh,
Imagine
beyond
that.
beyond my belief, beyond the
Wow.
belief of the people that I've been talking to,
Mm,
and they can
mm,
see the difference. And the test results, I just decided I'm going to really investigate this because it is something I've been doing since 2011. I started a company called Stem Cell Treatment Solutions,
mm,
and subsequent companies called Aussie Health Assist, and the other one was called
mm,
World Health Assist.
mhm,
And that was to do with programming code for the Australian healthcare referral system.
Mm.
Um, the referral system, and I actually want to speak to some doctor that potentially even a lawyer about this sort of stuff that I learned as a programmer.
Mm.
And being so that was what I did as a gig. I was developed software,
Mhm.
and yeah, so all that is kind of an interesting background to finding this way of eating. And
Wow.
so I kept doing tests, and to uh, I think October, I had a cataract operation done in my left eye, which is
Mm.
improving. A cataract operation in August last year,
Mhm.
and that eye has been improving as well, and it
Wow.
continues to improve. Um, So I'll do some of the numbers for you. So when I first noticed that there was the vision seemed to be improving, I got a 6/30 -2. So I got the line that has the letters size 30, and I didn't get two of those. But at that point,
Okay.
I thought that's brilliant because a few years beforehand, I did a test. I got
Mm.
no eye chart results, no hand movement. So if you can't see the
Wow.
letters, can you see my hand moving, sort of thing.
Wow.
Um, so that was an improvement, straight off the bat. So that was in about July. I did a few more tests. Got some imaging done because something was going on, and I. So the cataract operation was done on the 16th of August 2023. The improvements from that happened pretty much straight away, but it took maybe a couple of months extra to for my visual cortex to kind of recalibrate, I guess. But
Mm.
the
Mm.
ophthalmologists, their take is it should not take any more than 2 weeks for the cataract operation to show um, the, the the improvement. So um, they're not expecting someone with my condition to have any improvement at all.
Right. Mm. Mm.
Number one, and from a cataract surgery with my condition, they're certainly not expecting an ongoing improvement, which is what happened.
Mm.
So, so after the after the cataract operation, I got a 6/21. Smaller the number, the better. Then a 15, then a 12 -2, and another 12 -2, which would be October and December last year. So,
Wow.
which is months after the cataract operation itself. So my right eye, we're talking about now, continued to improve, which is great. January this year, 2024, I did the lion diet, and sort of most of the way through, I think the third week, I noticed that there's some vision improvements. Um, I thought, okay, I'll go get a test soon. So I got a test, and I got a 6/12 -1, which is a one-letter improvement from the December before.
Mm.
And I decided to do tests every 3 months from that point onwards. Made sense.
Yeah.
And I did start taking the Cerule products,
Yes.
just one or two here and there, just the Stem Enhance Ultra to start off with.
Mm.
Um, but I actually ramped that up to quite a lot. I'm taking a lot of them now,
Oh, yeah.
and
How much
but
out of curiosity, how much are you taking?
16 of the SEU daily,
16.
16 of the
Wow.
Psi Active, and 2 of the Plasma Flow on the daily, 4 times a
Wow.
day, 4 tablets each dose. So 16. Um, yeah.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
good.
That's max dose, I believe. I think Bart says
That's
16. Yeah.
Yep, that's it. That's the maximum dose, and he's apparently tested the plasma flow
Mm.
himself, and it caused a little bit of upset tummy, more than two.
Mm.
I don't know what threshold he was trying to achieve. I'm not interested in doing any more of that because I think its main role is dealing with the capillaries and
Yes.
fibrin, just
Fibrin in the
deposits.
capillaries. Mm.
Yep, that's the one.
Mm.
Um, so February 12 -1, that's great. So I decided I'd go to a different guy, different set of equipment, uh, do another what do you call it? A camera to take some more photos, more imaging. And we got a 6/12, which is one letter improvement from the time before that.
Wow.
It's interesting this time. This guy actually said to me, so I didn't believe it, but I'm sending everybody the updates, including Sydney and Melbourne University, um, and some other people. So he said to me, I didn't believe you, but he proved him wrong. So roll forward to May. I think I just did that a little bit wrong. 12 minus 1, then we got a 12, and the next one was okay. So the next one was a 9. I might be getting the numbers here. So in August,
Mm,
I did May, I did another test, and I got another one letter improvement.
mm,
And then in August, I did another test, and by this stage, I'd already done all the. I've been sort of starting to take a lot of stem cell enhance.
mm,
I got the Psi Active as well, and the plasma flow, because I didn't have that originally.
mhm.
And so in August, I got a 4-letter improvement, which
Wow.
was 6/9 plus 1. So the whole 9, the size 9 line, I got it except for 1 letter. So 4 letters. I mean,
Wow.
this retinitis pigmentosa vision impairment, even with the most advanced gene therapy, they're not speculating any improvements in acuity. So reading an eye chart, maybe a bit of object detection and things like this. But so this is far better than gene therapy, and doesn't cost $850,000 per eye either.
Yes.
That's a real number. The product's called Luxturna,
Wow.
Luxturna. So this is great. I'm in touch with the universities. I'm in touch with. I got in touch with Dr. James Mukey recently, um,
Yes.
and his ophthalmic surgeon. He's also passed my medical records, because I've been keeping all of this stuff for years
Mm,
and
mm,
years, since 2006. Um, Not often doing tests though. So, but anyhow, so I've been. He's passed this information along to Professor Bob Casson, which is probably one of the 3 top eye people in Australia, to
mm,
figure out what the heck's going on. I've given them my feedback, my theories of what's going on.
mm, mm,
Obviously, to start off with, it's all very much to do with the diet, and continues to be so.
mm, mm,
Um, and anyhow, October this year, I got the left eye done. And prior to getting the left eye done, this is some information I haven't really shared. I started in my left eye, which has been crap. I can't read anything on the eye chart with that, and still can't. Um,
mm,
I noticed what can be only suggested to be said is like looking through a fly screen. If you ever get up close to a fly screen, it's very
mm.
fine mesh.
Yes.
Um, okay, so what I'm seeing in my left eye is fine mesh. So I've got 3 things that I can sort of say. You've got floaters in your vitreous, which float
Yes.
around. That can be
Mm,
arcing curves. That can be all sorts of weird
yes.
things.
Yeah.
I've got flashes, which is like an oscillating. What I see is oscillating lights, of little
Yeah.
pinpoints of light. Easiest way to
Mm,
understand is the photoreceptor dies, turns off and on. So I'm seeing
mm,
that. Um, and that if that was to abate, I mean that would be great. But that's still going on. Um, but yeah, so I've had this mesh now as a new thing, and corresponding around about the same time as I got the 4-letter improvement, you might say.
mm,
Um, so in August, and I got my right eye. So I'll talk about the scaffold stuff in a minute, because I think it's important. But my right
mm,
eye, I had the cataract operation done in October 14. I did a follow-up just recently, and I got another 2 letters on the eye chart. So my
Wow.
official score is 6/9 -1. So,
Wow.
so the chart, the smallest on the chart is the 6, size 6. The next one up is size 9. So I've only got essentially 4 letters to get a perfect score, which in some countries is a 20/20 vision, I guess. In
Yes.
Australia, it'd be 6/6. So the entire chart. So I've gone from not seeing anything on the chart, not seeing any hand movements, to only needing 4 extra letters on the chart for a perfect score. Um,
That's
I don't
amazing.
know. That's just, it's blown me away. And each time I go in and do this stuff, it's like, no, I'm not going to get an improvement. It's going to be worse for sure. Because I can't really tell from day to day. Oh, it's better today. No, it doesn't work
Mm-mm.
like that. It's
No.
very, 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 very gradual. And sometimes some days are worse than others. So yeah, 6/9 -1. And I think it's also called a 6/7.5. In my left eye, since the cataract operation, I'm now seeing color, which denotes that the rod cells, which I thought were totally destroyed, is has some residual ability to see color. The rod cones, the cones are
Mm,
around the outs. I got this wrong. Sorry, the cones are on the inside. They're seeing color. So the rods are more around the outside of the retina, and
mm,
they see movement and things like this. So it appears that I'm seeing able to do hand movements and count fingers, not very well, but that's in my left eye, which has improved since doing the cataract operation. Um,
mm.
yeah, so I think I could probably, if you've got any questions, I mean, I've got some ideas what the heck's going on, and
Yeah.
uh, and there's maybe some movement with these universities because they previously have indicated they were not interested at all. Maybe they are now.
Yeah. They'd be silly not to be interested in this because, this is a huge. I don't think a lot of people can put this all into perspective. You went from a condition which was considered lifelong, something that was irreversible,
Yep,
yet
progressive.
and progressive.
Yep.
Okay, and you've completely reversed. Not completely. Sorry, I shouldn't say completely, but you've
No,
drastically
no,
improved a lot of your symptoms.
drastically improved, miraculously, remarkably. Um, Beyond the potential for current technology, gene therapy technology. Um, Potentially, I mean, potentially, I'm working on the idea of why this is happening. Um,
Mm,
yeah, more or less, because I want to find out for myself. Because if I'm able to target the effect, if you like, the repair effect,
mm,
then so be it. That's what I want to do. So carnivore diet, daily intermittent fasting. I eat 1 or 2 meals a day, not much else. A few snacks occasionally.
yeah.
Um, Exercise, which I'm able to do now because I couldn't walk before across the road or hang out at the
You
washing
couldn't
without
walk.
being in pain.
Wow.
And so would you like me to talk about what I think's going on?
Let's go on. Let's dive into it. What do you think is going on here?
Mm. So and I preface this with it's happening to everybody. I did a video recently. Go check out my channel. It's called Eyes on Carnivore, and I
Mm,
did a montage just of some people that I'd collected in a playlist. And I said, "Hey, we've had this vision improvement. It's had this vision improvement. This is what it was. This is what it was. It's all to do with carnivore." Um, so my idea is everybody's getting this vision improvement. It's not just me.
mm,
The people that have some sort of compromised vision existing, they're going to notice a difference, especially those people that are changing the prescription glasses or, getting their eye pressure checked. And, so virtually, younger people are just going to have healthy eyes and there's not be able to see the difference. Whether that
mm,
translates to whether it could be tested in a healthy population, is yet to be seen, I guess. I mean, that'd be great
mm,
if they could just test this stuff and go, hey, look, yeah, yeah, this healthy child now goes into ketosis. And by
mm,
virtue of doing this, they are running the fuel system as the lipid energy model. They're using stored fat, which has been producing ketones in the liver through the liver.
mm,
This main ketone body, there's three ones I think about, but the main one is called beta hydroxybutyrate. It's called
yeah,
BHB. It acts upon the inflammasome, reducing inflammation. It acts upon, I won't say acts upon, yeah, it's part of being an antioxidant,
mm,
reducing oxidation.
yes,
And by virtue of not having bloody glucose in your system, you've got half a chance of
mm,
reducing oxidation, which is, can happen for many processes. Just eating any food can cause some oxidation, I believe.
mm,
Anyhow, so this beta hydroxybutyrate (BHB) has the ability, well, it does gene expression. The gene expression means that your DNA can be expressed, and if you imagine my fingers on a histone, this is called a histone. It's grabbing on DNA is grabbing onto this thing. It's about 2 meters
mm,
long. The DNA once stretched out, and epigenetics, gene expression opens up the DNA,
mhm,
and hence the idea of expressing genes. So
mhm,
genes that are locked up for whatever reason, and now can be expressed.
mm,
And so this acts upon pathways that enable, and this is where it all it all needs to be studied more, because the pathways that it's helping for me must be to do with my neurons.
yes,
It must be to do with my retina cells.
yes,
If it's doing repair, maybe it's an inherent ability for the bodies to regenerate. I'm not saying blind people can see again,
yeah,
um, but yeah, time will tell on that point, because this scaffolding in my left eye is it's very noticeable. And now, I
mm,
mean, because my right eye is so good, even despite all the flashing, I don't have assistants today to do this, which I mean, I can't do videos by myself. But I managed to find the unmute button,
you
uh,
did.
because I didn't have any training doing this. I was like, I can figure this out.
Good on you.
So this BHB stuff might be a key to why epigenetics is playing a role. Nutrition, definitely, they know nutrition plays a role in epigenetics. So does
Yes,
everything really. Diet, lifestyle, exercise. Your relationships with your friends, fellows. The plants, even, who knows. It's a big area that needs a lot of work, because it definitely
mm, mm,
deserves it.
mm,
That's my thinking about why my eyesight's getting better.
mm,
It
mm. It
essentially
almost seems like sorry, go on.
it's almost like it's from my left eye. If it's regrowing new cells,
Mm,
that has to open the floodgates to research. And I think,
absolutely.
and I thought about this. I mean, I'm the only type of person that can physically see the change.
Mm,
Um, yeah, it's a physical representation of structural repair, kind of
mm,
like from the inside out. Whereas we have to use, scanning technologies to see inside the body what's
yes.
going on, and without cutting things open, you really can't see stuff. So
Mm,
this is a unique opportunity where I'm actually seeing potential regrowth, structural formations. And I've been talking with ChatGPT about this sort of thing. I think we're kind of leaning to the idea that there's some structuring, and in technical terms, a scaffold being built in
mm,
order for the photoreceptor cells to be lined up upon. Hence means serious damage. But that's a good
mm,
thing, because the photos that have been taken thus far may in fact reflect is like, okay, you can physically see this repair process,
Mm,
and that would be exciting. But I mean, the proof's in the fact that I can do this, and yeah, I'm not in pain anymore. Anxiety, depression's gone.
mm,
Yeah, constipation's gone. High blood pressure's fine. I've got a bit of high cholesterol, but I personally think that's good.
yes,
Um,
I do too.
Even my hair's gone darker, and my hair's getting thicker, or has been
Oh,
getting thick. I've even been taking shots, a couple of photos of my bald spot on the top of my head here, and yeah, there's a little bit of regrowth there as well. Not much, but
oh,
you
look,
know,
you'll take it as it comes, and I think that's a win.
yeah, yeah. All my peers, my age, I'm 56, turning 57 in a week or so, and they're all going grey and losing their hair and this sort of thing, and um, I just feel sorry for them. I've reached out to a lot of kids from school and well,
Mm,
some, and yeah, there's opposition and cultural bias, and a couple of vegans in there, so
yes,
they're going to be hell bent on doing whatever they want to do until their health ends them up into a hospital and they have to rethink their plan or die, as a result of what they're
well,
doing to
that's it.
themselves. Yep.
Yep.
I've
Uh,
found the way, Joff. Carnivore's the
I
way.
think,
Stem cells definitely work.
and I agree with you. I think you have found the way. I think it's almost as if you're saying that when you stop eating carbohydrates, the body almost knows what it needs to do. It seems to know how to react so
Mm,
that your health improves. Because I always tell people it's when you go on the carnivore diet or when you reduce foods out of your life that aren't supposed to be consumed, your body goes into auto repair and it knows what it needs to do. That is something no medicine can ever achieve. And I
well,
think,
it's the
you're a
absence
great testament to
of
that.
medicine. It's the
Absence of medicine, yes.
absence of medicine.
Mm,
It's the absence of the essentially the poisonous plants.
mm,
I've had a fairly iron stomach all my life, only
mm,
to find out I have problems with certain plants. I don't
mm,
test things regularly, but when I do, it's just like, oh, okay, I, uh,
mm.
I I'm not supposed to be doing that, and my body's now able to tell me, and I think that's key. This way of eating puts you in touch with your body in
Mm.
in so many ways. From being a young boy that had like ants under the skin, always itchy and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Just fidgety. With cursory advice to parents: if you got fidgety kids that can't concentrate, it's most likely what they're feeding them. It's not their fault.
Yes, yes. Sean, I can't believe, a lot of the things that you've said really resonates. And we both come from different walks of life, I'm sure, and different experiences, but somehow I can resonate a lot with what you're saying.
Mm. I'm a
Yeah.
mixture of things. I'm part Polynesian. My great
Oh,
great
yeah.
great so on grandmother was head of the Maori tribe,
Oh, so
and yeah, I like that. I should find out more because one of
mm,
our relatives has a lot more information about this. But
ah,
yeah, I've also got
yes.
some Irish and some Scottish in there
Ah,
as well.
of course, of course.
Probably a bit of convict, who knows? Yeah.
Yes, yes. Um, Now, what does the typical diet look like today, Sean? So you've progressed from a ketogenic diet to the lion diet, but today, what are you currently eating?
Okay, so yeah, I guess I'm in and out of lion diet a lot of the time because
Mm,
that's kind of all I want to eat is just some beef or just some lamb.
mm,
So yeah, beef, lamb, beef, lamb, lamb, beef, that sort of thing.
mhm,
Um, depends what I pull out of this freezer quite often. And it's just like a chunk of meat that's frozen. I'm not particularly interested in what it is. It's the right
Mm,
size.
yeah.
It's food to eat. That's the way. So I put it in my esky overnight. It's defrosted, and ta-da! It's lamb. Uh, so yeah, I do eat a lot of eggs, but not every day. Like I say, there's a mixture of one OMAD and two MAD.
Mhm.
So I'll eat like 8 eggs at a time and scrambled usually, but actually getting quite fond of frying them up, just a whole bunch of them with some butter, with the
Yeah.
pan that I might have used the day before cooking up beef. So it's,
Mm,
you're
mm.
getting reusing the fat, that sort of thing.
Yep, nice and seasoned.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't have dairy very often. So I
Mm,
have seafood. So I have seafood often enough.
mm.
Probably if I can get good Pacific, the plump Pacific oysters from Western
Yes.
Australia, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh wow, I've had some recently. It was just sweet and creamy. It was with a
Mhm.
hollandaise sauce. And a steak. It was
Oh,
just the best meal ever. I had a
absolutely.
friend over as well, so we both enjoyed that.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, some prawns, some oysters, sometimes some fish. Not much dairy. Um, I guess that's about it, really. Yeah, I do have some blueberries occasionally, frozen ones,
Mm.
organic. Um, again, because I can't jump in the car and go drive to the shop to get stuff, so I just rely on the fact that I'm going to run out of whatever I get,
Mm.
and it's back to line diet. So that pretty
So
much shapes most of my day. And I
wow.
do drink water
Mm,
maybe once. Water. I do drink coffee maybe once or twice a week. Um,
mm, mm.
Electrolytes every couple of days. Mostly water. Sometimes, I mean, coconut. Had coconut water, but I mean, I managed to check the back of the thing. I mean, it's actually quite high in carbs. It takes not
Yeah.
high. I keep everything under 20 grams if I do go for a carb excursion. I know I
Mm,
keep it
mm.
under 20 grams, so it keeps me in ketosis.
Mm, mm,
So I have
mm.
this BHB and gene expression working in my favor.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
yeah, so sauerkraut, so a fermented cabbage, maybe once a month or something like that.
Mm, mm.
That's it.
Lovely. I
Yeah.
love
If I was
sauerkraut.
doing a cooking video, I'd just be quite short because there's not much going on really.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
alright. No, that's awesome. It's great to see that you know, we're highlighting, the carnivore diet, not just as this, meat only, salt and water diet that a lot of people, I've actually spoken to a few that have no, that aren't doing the carnivore diet, but are curious. But it does put them off that, oh, all we see on social media is a big ribeye steak with salt, and I can't be doing that every day. But I tell everyone, look, uh, I don't know if you truly understand the scope of an animal-based diet or a carnivore diet, because you can actually eat a lot of things carnivore.
Mm.
There's a lot of variety in the carnivore diet itself, and there's plenty of ways to prepare and process your meals. So if you're worried about variety, Sean's just
Yep.
listed a bunch of foods out there that you know um, you could
Yep.
potentially eat. It's not just beef, salt, and water, guys.
No, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I eat like a king, maybe
Yeah,
better.
absolutely.
Yes, and yeah, I think better. I mean, the if the aristocracy figured this out a long time ago, keep away from the king's forest. That's his pheasant.
Mm,
They had the clue. Feed them cake. Let them eat cake. They're the poor people.
yeah,
But we'll keep the meat for ourselves, thanks.
yeah,
But yeah, I think everybody's under the same spell, and
yes.
um, you know, little by little, I talk about this quite a lot. That's why I'm talking to you. I think it's
Mm,
important
mm,
that everybody realise that your vision is being damaged on a daily
yes.
basis if you're having a sugary diet. Um,
Mm,
it's 1 in 3,000 people get an inherited retinal disease. 1 in 300 or 500 or something like that will get macular degeneration, and 1 in 50 get diabetes, with a
Yes.
percentage of those people getting diabetic retinopathy and going blind. So, diabetes is all about glucose. So that's sending people blind. That should be an eye opener. That
Yes.
glucose under any levels is damaging your eyesight. Point blank, that's it. End of story. So
Mm.
it's up to you as to how much you want to put into your system in order to take the risk at some stage in the future. Um,
Absolutely.
I've God knows, man, it could be any sort of problem, and I feel really really sorry for people that haven't figured it out,
Mm.
because they will
Mm.
eventually. They'll have to. This is what's happening with
Yes.
people.
Mm. And I think it does sometimes come to having to fall under desperation. I know personally myself that that's where it got, for me to actually accept that I've got to try anything and dabble into what seems to be crazy, this meat only eating. But
That's what I
you know
thought
what?
too. It's like that's crazy business. Come on. But
Well,
no,
I mean, I'm a health professional
it's
myself, and I thought this can't be right. I mean, the cholesterol, the fiber doesn't add up. But the more you look into it, I'm sure, Sean, you would have done, a little bit of due diligence and actually, I know you said you didn't do much research, but throughout the journey, you would have watched videos on social media. You would have learned about nutrition in a different light, and it all starts to make sense. Um, inflammation is going to be a huge contributor to a lot of our modern day health conditions. And so, yeah, I think, well done. I think you have definitely found you are on the right path, I think, anyway. Not just
yeah.
with the carnivore, but also with, the adult stem cells. I think this is an area that a lot of people overlook. I know personally for myself, I've heard about adult stem cells in my nursing training and
Mm.
also what I normally hear in the media, but it is magical stuff, and I think, Cerule has a great product. If people want to, purchase their products, Sean, you do have you're an IBO as well?
Yeah, vision.cerule.com. Vision, like it's all about the eyesight, right? But
Yes.
get it from anybody. They're not
Yeah,
special coming through me, and go to
absolutely. Yeah.
jobs. I don't really care. I just wanted to get the 10% discount. I mean, I'm taking shitloads of them anyhow, so it's not like I'm
Oh,
going to
look.
make any money out of this stuff.
Oh, look, mate. But in saying that, I just can't believe that you've jumped 4 points after taking the Cerule. That
Yeah, it
that is
was
a
pretty.
huge jump.
Yep,
Wow.
correlation. Yeah, that's correlation, because you could say last year, things plateaued out because I got two 12 minus twos all at once, and I thought, yeah, that's plateaued out. And then for it just to every 3 months just to continually improve,
Hmm.
that just yeah, it's just amazing.
It is.
Mean, you can imagine me, because I mean, I'm now dealing with the fact that things are looking different. I'm still using my hands to feel stuff, and it's like, oh wait, I can look at it, just look at it and figure it out like that, instead of with doing the Stevie Wonder thing, looking around for stuff. It's
Yeah.
but
Oh,
it's
it's so
it's slow
amazing.
progress, but it seems to be happening. And if this flashing had just go away, I mean, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would be.
Oh dear. Well, look, I don't know how long you can stay in the screen, or if that affects, this your vision in any way. But look,
No,
we'll we'll
no,
we'll
I've been
we'll wrap
using
it
the
up.
phone. I mean, I should point out that, I mean, using the phone, I can now see the phone from going from it's all blurry and just sort of guessing what I'm pressing on, to now
Yeah,
doing comments and likes and running my own YouTube video and YouTube studio, and Facebook. I've got a Facebook group called called Eyes on Carnivore. Um,
yeah, yep.
so if there's people out there that have had a vision improvement, please go to Eyes on Carnivore group, and
Mm,
yeah, just write your story down so we can sort of have a bit of backup that I think eventually will happen. People just go, oh yeah, that's right. This guy talked about his vision improvements, and I think it's happened to me too. Otherwise, I think it might just get sidelined
mm, mm,
because people are starting for weight loss, or
mm,
God, the number of reasons people start for. But as I'm saying, I believe very much so that there's people, everybody's improving their vision. It's just to what degree that
mm,
improvement is, um, and whether or not there could be repair going on or potential for that.
mm.
Very exciting stuff.
Very exciting stuff.
Mm.
Well, Sean, I think we'll wrap it up there. So you've told people where they need to find you. Eyes on Carnivore. You can look up Sean on YouTube, on
Yep.
Facebook, and on Instagram as well. Am I correct?
And Twitter. Yep.
Oh, and Twitter. Yes, can't forget Twitter
Yeah.
or the X. Yeah.
Yeah, I only just joined recently. I had to set all this stuff up by myself on my phone. It's like Twitter.
Yes.
Okay, what's Twitter? I got to figure out Twitter. Yeah, so I'm, following Elon Musk and RFK. That's the first thing I did, and
Yep.
I'm finding
Yep.
some
I
of the
was the same.
influences. It's I like Facebook though. I mean, I'm very familiar with what it is, and I like doing stories. You can add
Yes.
music to things, and yeah, it's quite fun.
Yes. Oh,
You
absolutely.
can get
No,
that.
social media is great. Um,
Yeah.
I just thought about that. So this is something that I think people need to you can connect the dots here. Prior to you going on Carnivore and making these videos, were you able
Yeah.
to go on social media on your phone or on your laptop with your vision?
No, not on the phone. It was on there for Messenger.
Yes.
Yes. But see, on my computer, and this is a Mac. I mean, I use a Linux computer, and I've got
Uh-huh.
it set up to talk to me, and large screen and zooming, all this sort of bizzo.
Yes.
Um, so, the computer is easy enough, but man, you can just scroll back in my timeline, look for Shaun Scott, and my
Yep.
icon's like it says Team Beasting, which is my old race car.
Yes.
So yeah, you scroll back in my timeline, and you can physically see the progression of my eyesight because my posts are getting better. I've had to figure out what to do on Facebook. Number one, how to do posts on the phone, and you can scroll back. I reckon if you go back a year and a half, you'll see it's like this guy didn't do anything. I didn't post much at all, more or less because I couldn't. So that's what's
Yeah,
changed.
that is amazing. Well, Sean, you're a top bloke. Thank you for your time.
Cheers, man.
And guys and girls, go and subscribe, follow Sean in his social media. He's got an amazing story. I'm still amazed. And also, if you want to purchase Cerule from either Sean or myself, I'll provide the links in the video description or in the comments below, wherever I put it. But otherwise, thank you again, Sean.
Can I just say one thing? I
Yeah.
had an interview with Kerry Mann last week, which will be
Oh,
coming up just around Christmas,
oh, lovely.
and which is great. I announced on that channel that I intend to give away all the revenue from my channel to the Healing Humanity documentary.
That's amazing.
So
As I said, top bloke, top bloke.
yeah, no, well, money's not going to save the world, but maybe just a little
No,
bit will help other people to
absolutely.
at least come to the realization your health's in your own hands. That's it, people. That's it.
I love it. Love the message. All right, we'll wrap it up. Thank you guys and girls. We'll see you in the next video.
Thank you.
Ciao.